Kodansha USA licenses Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Noir, 54 manga, including I'm Giving the Disgraced Noble Lady a Rescue a Crash Course and Naughtiness, Boichi's Origin, Virgin Love, Osamu Dazai, The Girl Who Can Become a Fish. Kodansha USA Publishing confirmed on Thursday that he has acquired the following new manga titles: The Miraculous Tales of Ladybug Noir by Koma Warita, Riko Sochida, SAG, and Toei Animation. Return to Paris with Marinette and Adrian, the manga of the beloved anime series, now streaming on Netflix. Marinette is your typical high school student. She's cheery, a bit awkward, and a little clumsy, but what's not as typical is she can transform into a superhero. Discussed as copied in Ladybug, Marinette protects the Street of Paris alongside fellow superhero Noir, who, a best known to Marinette, is Marinette's classmate Adrian. Not only are Marinette and Adrian unaware of each other's secret identities, they're also crisscross crushes. Marinette has a crush on Adrian, while Noir has a crush on Ladybug, as if being a teenage and crime-fighting superhero wasn't enough. I'm giving the Disgraced Noble Lady a Rescue a Crash Course on Naughtiness. I spoil her with delicacies and style to make her the happiest woman in the world, by Fukada Samitaro, Ichiho Kasura, and Miwabi Sakura. What does a young noble woman freshly betrayed by her betrothed need most? A crash course in everything naughty, and who better to teach her than that feared hermit sorcerer, who from some reason can help but pamper her to no end. Origin by Boichi. Tokyo 2048. Japan is now connected to the entire northern hemisphere by the Eurasian Railroad, and all manner of private vice port into the megalopolis at its eastern terminus. Little to do the people know that inhuman beings live among us. However, robots with high-level AI who will kill to survive. Only one man can stop them, the prototype Origin. Virgin Love by Tina Yamashina. Looking for love but afraid you never find it. Come live at the Love House. 6 strangers, 1 house, 1 shared goal. Love, what could go wrong? The Girl Who Became a Fish. Maiden's Bookshelf imprint by Osamu Dazai and Nekosoki. Sowa, a chocolate birder's daughter, lives together with her father in a small village at the foot of a mountain so remote it doesn't even appear on maps. Slowly she becomes to realize the dark fertility of her life, leading to a strange and elliptical transformation. Dazai depicts the adolescent waking to death, and the desire to escape joy into this quiet and omnibus tale. Spring Comes Riding in a Carriage. Maiden's Bookshelf imprint by Riichi Yokomitsu and Atsuki Ito. A more intimate and romantic entry in the Maiden's Bookshelf series, this tale of doom romance brings together the so-called Garo literature with the gorgeous artwork of Atsuki Ito, the author of a love letter in 26 characters. The Darwin Incident by Shun Omizawa. Cree in a biological science lab, Charlie is a half-human, half-chimpanzee hybrid known as a human Z. Raised by his adopted human parents, Charlie is now 15 and starting high school. There he meets Lucy, a clever loner who becomes his first ever friend. But his normal life is shattered by the animal rights extremists who fled his mother from the lab 15 years ago. Re-emerge as terrorists bent on kidnapping Charlie at all costs. The Moon on a Rainy Night by Kosashiro. This highly anticipated Yuri romance about the high school girl entrance by her intelligent, enigmatic, hearing-impaired classmate is a must-read for fans of Bloom Into You and Whisper Me a Love Song. One day, while rushing to a piano lesson, a girl named Saki collides with someone on the street. As Saki collides herself, the stranger picks up the sheet music Saki dropped, hands it to Saki together with a band-aid, and continues her way, all without saying a word. Saki is left wondering about the identity of the tall, lovely stranger, only to discover the next day that she's one of her classmates at her new high school. The girl's name is Canon, and though she is hearing impaired, she refuses any kind of support or special treatment for her teachers or classmates. Over the course of the year, Saki slowly grows closer to Canon and begins to chip away at her cold exterior. The Ultramarine Sky by Nagisa Furuya. From the creator of My Summer of You comes a Bila High School romance about 2 friends who's always been in the same class, and when a new school year separates them, they realize that their feelings for each other might run deeper than friendship. From their first year of middle school to their second year of high school, Kai and Ren have not only always been in the same class, they're also always sat next to each other, But in the last year of high school, the boys are assigned two separate classes, and with each passing day, Kai feels as he's sleeping further and further away from Ren. One day, when Kai finds Ren sleeping in the classroom after school, he whispers the feelings that he can bring himself to say out loud, and Ren hears him, while Kai's confession pushes them further and further apart, or will it be the spark that brings them back to each other? The Summers with Youth, the sequel, by Nakasa Furuya. Chihiro and Wataru return in this cinematic sequel to Nakase Furuya's beloved summer romance BL series. The first memorable summer was in high school, followed by their first summer together as college students. Now, Wataru and Chihiro are in their second year of college, and the two boys can't wait to spend another summer together. Now back from his study abroad program, Chihiro is ecstatic to see Wataru for the first time in 2 months, and Wataru is thankful to have more time to spend with each other, without also having to balance work and school. Wataru plans as the two returns to the cinema for a movie date to celebrate Wataru's 20th birthday, but what other memories would the summer have in store for them? Summer Morning Star by Kara Aomiya. When a classmate finds out he's secretly a Sentai star, Kaido's precious life as a regular high schooler is in danger of being stolen, and so is his heart. It is BL rom-com for fans of Hitorajime My Hero. At high school, Kaido seems to be a scary delinquent, but he's leading a second life. As a star of the Sentai superhero live show, when Sentai superfan classmate Honda discovers Kaido's secret, Kaido will stop at nothing to make sure it doesn't get out, but despite himself, the charismatic performer finds himself falling from his biggest fan. Ogami-san Can Keep It In by Yushi Damaru. Fantasies run wild as thirsty high school girl Ogami-san must learn to keep her thoughts and hands to herself. It is raunchy coming-of-age rom-com with a bizarre blabbermouth twist. Ogami-san has been keeping a dirty little secret for her periods of school. Puberty has emptied her mind of everything but perverted fantasies. For the sake of leading an ordinary school life, she pulls out all the stops to keep her mental wild side under wraps. When she literally reaches a hand out to Yaginoma-kun, a cute but mysterious boy in her class, her innermost just spilling out, as she wants to get to know him and his body better, but she can do that without the risk of exposing her true self. What's a girl to do? My Lovesick Life as a 90s Otaku by Nico Nicholson. Relieve 1990s otaku culture with its sentimental and comical reflection of a teen's path to self-acceptance. This nostalgic coming-of-age story is perfect for fans of otakoi love is hard for otaku. Otaku culture has finally become mainstream and Megumi can quite get used to it. Divorced with a teen daughter, Megumi thinks fondly back to her days as an anime and manga otaku. In 1995, that year, she transferred to a new school and decided to start fresh by hiding her otaku interest. She found herself taking under the wing of a basketball ace named Masamune, who's got a kind of heart that looks just like one of her favorite characters. But Megumi catches a whiff of destiny in the air. She's crushed to learn that Masamune detests otaku. How I Met My Soulmate by Anna Shin. From the creator of Waiting for Spring comes a meditation on just what destiny means and whether that one is really out there. Yuki is a 20-year-old college sophomore who was bleached for one thing since moving to Tokyo to find her soulmate. Growing a bit desperate after a long drought, she goes along with her friend to a club for the first time. Her friend trips, but it's chaotic and loud. Not Yuki's scene. Just when Yuki begins to despair that she'll ever find a real adult relationship, she meets Iori, a man with bleached hair and a slightly scary demeanor. Her first impressions don't always tell the whole story. Could Destiny still have more cards to play? King in Limbo by Ai Tanaka. From the creator of Apple Children of Ion comes a gripping 6-volume thriller manga about trauma, healing, friendship, and a global conspiracy to keep people sick. A must for fans of suspenseful complex manga like Naoki Urasawa's Monster and The Promised Neverland. It's been 8 years since the pandemic in which a deadly sleeping sickness claimed millions of lives. After a serious injury cost him a leg and nearly his life, Petty Officer Adam Garfield retires from active service in the U.S. Navy, but his plan to focus on his family and physical therapy is shattered when he receives secret word that the sleeping sickness has returned, and his job to bring back the mysterious man will help cure it by diving into people's memories, a man known by the codename King. Witch at a Telluride Kitchen by Hiromi Sato and Kamome Shirahama. The tasty spin-off to the acclaimed magical saga Witch at a Telluride follows two fan-favorite characters in their after-hours culinary adventures. The only time adults have to themselves is after the sun goes down and the kids are in bed. They're just as true in the magical world. During the day, the atelier bustles with the cries and magical misfires of little witches learning how to cast spells and getting along. But nighttime is carefree, and on Rogio's time, the ladies in the kitchen cook, eat, and chat. Vinland Saga Deluxe Edition by Makoto Yukimura. Amid the chaos of the Viking War for dominance over England, a boy has everything taken from him and vows revenge, but violent dreams bring no peace. The violent and complex action epic that inspired the hit anime returns. The premium 3-in-1 collector's hardcovers. As a child, Torvin sat at the feet of the great Lev Erikson and drew the wild tales of a land far to the west, and his youthful fantasies are shattered by a mercenary raid. Raised by the Vikings who murdered his family, Torvin became a terrifying warrior, forever seeking to kill the band's leader, Askeladd, and avenge his father. Sustaining Torfinn during his ordeal are his pride, his family, and his dreams of a fertile Westward land, a land without war or slavery, the land left called Vinland. Blue Period Manga Box Set 1 by Tsubasa Yamaguchi. The first 6 volumes of the coming-of-age art manga that inspired the hit Netflix anime in a handsome box set, plus a bonus booklet packed with exclusive art and other goodies. Popular guy Yatoro realizes he's just going through the motions to make other people happy and finds himself in a new passion, painting. But untethering yourself from all your past expectations is dangerous as well as thrilling. 2020 Manga Taisho Grand Prize winner Yalsa Great Graphic Novels for Teen Selection, Texas Library Association Maverick Graphic Novels Reading List on Anime Selection. Self Work Omnibus by Akane Shimizu. The exciting, hilarious, and surprisingly educational manga that delves inside the human body returns in 2 oversized 3-in-1 omnibus volumes. Strep throat, hay fever, influenza. The world is a dangerous place for a red blood cell just trying to get her deliveries finished. Fortunately, she's not alone. She's got a whole human body's worth of cells ready to help out. This fun and imaginative manga inspire a world of spin-offs and a smash-hit anime adaptation. Magic Knight Ray Art Paperback Edition by Clamp. Clamp's masterwork Magic Knight Ray Art, now a paperback, the original girl power isekai adventure, perfect for fans of Sailor Moon and She-Ra, brings the updated translation and lettering of the hardcover box, sets to a more accessible format. While at the field trip to Tokyo Tower, 3 teenage girls cross a magical portal and are transported to another world called Sephiro. The Princess Emerald summoned them with the last vestiges of her remaining strength, believing the trio became the Magic Knights, professed by legend to save the realm. Windbreaker by Satori Ni. Welcome to Furin, where the strongest survive to protect the weak. A different kind of delinquent manga perfect for fans of Tokyo Revengers. Haruka Sakura wants nothing to do with weaklings. He's only interested in the strongest of the strong. He just started the Furin High School, a school of degenerates, not only for their brawling strength that you use to protect their town from anyone who wishes it ill. But Haruka is not interested in being a hero or being part of any sort of team. He just wants to find his way to the top.